one of the kids went to prison because he deleted a text that his boy sent him telling him what he did. You know why? They call it obstruction of justice.
Wow.
Right. And listen, I'm going to tell you how this whole thing could be solved. Tonight, somebody needs to admit, I got a dark side and I ain't running no more.
All right.
I need help.
All right.
I heard Charles Spurgeon says it like this. In order to get somebody saved, you got to first get them lost. Some of you ain't really interested in salvation because you don't even know you lost.
Have mercy. There it is.
No, you can be right here at Pine Forge, sitting up under Word, experiencing teachers that love God in worship and be lost. And then Jesus says these words, which I was kind of shocked about. I never knew that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16, right? You know who he said that to? He said that to the most religious man in the world, did he? For our whole lives, we've been taught that the John 3:16 is like the Gospels and stuff, but it's really for people who are just trying to come to know God from like the beginning stages. But I'm telling you tonight, the gospel is not just for folk who are trying to find God. The gospel is for folk who are still trying to hang in there with God. Well, here's the message that I'm realizing that you need to hear. You need to hear that God is madly in love with you and not mad at you. There's nothing else that's going to motivate you to live right except the mercy of God. Yo, let me tell you, one of the worst conversations that you don't want to have one day is when you have to humiliate yourself as a pastor, as an influencer of people, pull your wife aside and say, baby, I need help. I got a pornography problem. Then you have to explain to your daughter because she's of age and she sees something on the internet. And then I have to break down my story to her.
Have mercy.
Yo, there are some conversations that you're going to have that you wish you never had to have unless you redirect some stuff right now. You got two people trying to humble you. Satan's trying to make a fool of you, and so is God. But both for different reasons. God knows if he gets you on your face, if he gets you to a place where you say, God, I need you in my life, he knows he can save you, but Satan is trying to expose your behind.
Price on your head.
Yep. And so here's what I'm calling for tonight. What I'm calling for is this. If you know that you don't really have a real relationship with Jesus that's based on love. Can I tell you what love is? Love is when your wife looks at you after her father had a history of the same behavior that I demonstrated, and she said she'd never marry a man like that. And all that stuff is cultivated here. It's all cultivated here.
Go ahead, say that.
When your wife looks at you, I'm telling you, man, first time in my life, my daddy preached, been to evangelistic meetings, went to church, first time I ever felt the love of God. When my wife looked at me and said, baby, I forgive you. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Have mercy.
For some of you, some of our friends that we went to school with, it takes them sitting in front of a judge. How your behind go to Pine Forge? And your behind is sitting in front of a judge for murder charges. How does that happen?
Common. Comfortable.
And then the other thing I'm noticing, because many of us have so many deep-seated issues relationally, stuff that we've not gotten over, we're afraid to ask for help. We're trying to be tough. We're trying to be cool. We don't deal with stuff. That stuff keeps getting worse and worse. It metastasizes, get worse and worse. And so now what I'm seeing is all the people that we went to school with. Now here's the crazy thing. I don't know why it is that Pine Forest people end up marrying each other. Just look around. Your wife is here somewhere. It's going to happen.
Straight up. Straight up.
Yo,
straight up.
We're getting married.
Straight up.
We're getting married. Somebody from
Straight up.
Pine Forest. I married somebody from
Straight
Pine
up.
Forest. I mean, I don't know why it happens that way, but it just happens. And I'm saying right now, some of y'all are mistreating somebody's wife.
Say that, Byron.
Yo, I'm think about this for a minute. I want everybody to answer me this question. Answer me this question in your spirit as I'm trying to wrap this thing up. Like, are you cool